Hello. I'm back with some more Pillars of Eternity. Eternity. Wait, you get accuracy bonus if you don't have a shield? What? Oh shit. In front of you looms the ghostly hollow image of the man who was present at your awakening. He casts a pale, sickly light in the dank corridor as he regards you.
You are from Kratom, my boy.
His words are an echo in your mind from a time long past, and you know your response before you speak it, as if it has always been. Oh yeah.
A remarkable city, truly one of the most impressive we have encountered outside of our own. Many exceptional people who have joined our cause come from Kratom.
Kratom.
What made you decide to join our order?
Your teachings spoke to me.
The gods are just, and they care for their faithful. I think that speaks to many people.
Yep.
Are you ready to take the oath? To spread the word of the gods to the lost and heathen?
Yeah. I did it.
Huh?
Hey guys. Mercenary eyes you warningly as you approach. Is a weapon ready? What are you doing here? You don't look like one of them damn masks though. I left my mask inside, let me pass. He thinks carefully, then nods. Alright then. Go on in and report to that lot and see if give you assignment. They said it should be just about finished with their meeting and that. You have any idea what's going on? Word of advice, friend, don't ask questions, just go and do what you're told. Proceeds to ask another question. Know anything about this place? As far as I can tell, we're underneath the first fires. Probably under that ruined temple there. Farewell.
Yeah.
Don't ask questions. Proceeds to ask another question. Money!
Yeah.
What the hell? Binding copper. Mine now. Scroll of Stag's Horn. I don't even know what that does. I should have looked at the thingy. You hear murmurs and chants on the other side of the door. A ritual of some sort is already underway. Done the hood and mask. You pull the hood and mask over your head. They're uncomfortable, but they seem to hide your face. Beckon your party to follow you into the chamber. You open the door and stride into the chamber, motioning for the rest of your party to accompany you. Uh-oh. Several shrouded figures are lined up across from a hooded woman. The figure at the head of the line approaches her, and the woman places her outstretched hand on the stranger's forehead. They stand in silent communion as you look on. A few moments later, the stranger steps aside and resumes his place in the circle around the statue. The hooded woman looks past you to your party. The other figures do the same, muttering among themselves. The woman points his long finger at you. Stop them! Oh shit! Ow. What the fuck? Uh-oh. Second wind. Ow. Epic battle. Get healed, dog. Yes. Ooh. Ooh. This is an epic battle.
Let's go.
Ow. Bruh. You dead yet? Oh shit. Kill him! Wow. Okay. Crumpled at your feet lies the body of a woman. She wears a dark robe that bears an insignia resembling a key. As you approach the woman's body, feeling of rage assault against you, the dead woman's voice howls in your ear, and her lingering consciousness rends at yours. Her essence tingles through your bone and membrane. It feels the space between your ears and behind your eyes, clawing deeper into your core. You see a gathering of men and women wearing robes like hers, their faces hidden behind masks. One by one, they approach her, for whom they known as an acolyte, and she places her hand on each of their foreheads, searching their thoughts. She tests them with ritualistic questions, and they answer that their oath is sealed by the laden key. She asks them of their tasks, she gives them new ones, all without a word. Try to see the task. Her essence flares, fighting to boil your blood, burn your memory, and splinter your bones from within. Yet between its strikes, you see flashes of something else, a tower, a prison, and a ruin. Oh. You feel all of your concentration in a single effort of will. A sharp point that pins the raging soul in place like an insect in a display case. With the thing under control, you're able to examine it and the three thoughts swirling inside. Examine the thought about the tower. You see a palimpsest. What the hell? Palimpsest? Palimpsest? The hell is that supposed to mean? Of a neighborhood. Rundown estates are cobbled around a cemetery and an ancient tower. Savage shapes prowl the streets, and in the tower of a man hunches over a strange mechanism. You can see him clearly, but there's something unnatural about him. Somewhere nearby, you see a woman with a scar over her heart. You understand that she has something he needs. You also see a door in the base of the tower, a seemingly impenetrable slab of stone and copper. But then the acolyte reveals the invisible split between the perfectly matched halves, and you understand how the copper veins convert a command into an action. You know how to open the door. Inquire about the prisoner. In your mind, you see a building magnificent with trellises and tiles. Located on a pristine boulevard, the wealthy and learned stroll in and out, trading knowledge and coin. Yet it also houses misery and madness. Somewhere within the rotten core sits a man. His hair matted, but his eyes alert. He watches and waits, a prisoner by choice. Look into the ruins. Acolyte's vision takes you out of the Defiance Bay and into a town in the wilderness with a watermill. A signpost on one of the paths read Direford. Several figures huddled together, shrouded in cloaks and hoods. Looms in the mine, two skeletal effigies flank a cleft in a mountainside. Back away. Well, I gotta be right back for like a good couple minutes, longer than before, so I'm gonna actually do a beer back screen. Burb. Oh, whoa. Sorry about that. Had to do some things. Silver fanning. What?
Sure.
I forgot where I was left off here. Nice. Cool. Pog. Is everything good? Yeah. Okay. I had to double check and see if I was doing shit right. Oh shit. Open the door. What's this? Concentration plus 10. What? I swear. Only usable by rangers. Ooh.
Ready, Watcher.
You're a ranger. Right? Survival. Yep. By lowering attack and reload the rate, the ranger is able to make more careful aim, giving them increased accuracy and damage. How much though? 20% extra? Fuck it, let's do it. Done. E, ah, ooh, ah, e, ah, ooh, ah, e, e. There we go.
Yeah.
100. Devotees have placed assorted keys, their teeth filed away among the runnels of wax. Oh, I could read it down here. Duh. Whether by design or by consequences of the sputtering candlelight, the hooded statue's face is almost impossible to see. Hmm. Hmm. Oh, our chanter leveled up. Lore. Ooh. Reduces concentration of enemy in the area. Reduces slashing and piercing damage of enemies in the area. Below their endless host, the harbingers of doom. Oh. Increases the durations of and defends against. Okay. Allies leave a hazardous trail of frost whether they move, hobbling and causing freeze damage. Increases reload time and increases the speed and range attack for all allies. What? Oh. Reload speed? Fuck it.
Following your lead.
How do I forget how to do this. Oh, here we go. Oh, here we go. Oh. Oh. Okay. Okay. Oh, okay. Okay.
Huh?
Have I told you the tale of the Kamoa warriors?
No, don't care.
80 glorious verses. Verse 1. Brave Dalfilathilim.
Hey, Barbie, Barboo. Wreck him. Yeah, beat him up. Wait, why is this guy attacking? Hee.
Let's go.
Hee. Hee.
Huh?
Hee. All right.
Brave Dalfilathilim.
Got an air.
Epic battle. Here, come back and beat this guy up. Oop, 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 oop. Oh, he's dead already.
Let's go.
Get wrecked.
Well?
Ah. Oh, ooh, eh.
Head on.
The funny thing is, I got two things that affect the archer thing.
Roak 10.
I think. Did I give her that? Double. Trying to remember if I gave her that or not. Did I give her that? I got so much shit. Light. All right.
Huh?
Oh. Oh. Eh. Over here.
They'll never know I'm here.
Interesting. Interesting wall you got there.
Brave Dalfilathilim.
Attack! Why does he walk so slow? Why
Yeah.
you slow?
Yeah.
Yeah. There it is. Chicken.
Yeah.
Brave Dalfilathilim.
Go, go, go. Beat him up. Oh, he's dead. Dude, he died so hard that he exploded. Turned in some giblets. Book lies on the table. The pages will be determined to her. Scepter.
Right.
Beep boop up. Alright, I guess we go this way. Let's get the F out of this A, man. F out of this A. Food items cannot be used in combat, but can provide bonuses over a long period of time. Oh. The steward of Caed Nua has received a letter for you. Okay. We are going to look at what we can craft. Food. Chicken. Delicious. Brackenberry. That place called? Huh. Rogue Knight. Find the breastplate. Osric has asked me to retrieve the breastplate from Penhelm. Penhelm? Travel to the cliffs, explore the endless pass. Confront Lord Hadric, fragments that shattered. Yeah, I don't know where any of that is. The embassy. The embassy. Yoink. Who's this guy?
Gods keep you.
What can this humble servant of the Republics do for you? Tell me about the Republics. They are rich in all ways, in wealth, style, and culture. If you were to go to the Republics, you would not want to leave. Why would you? The people are beautiful and charming. I am here because the Sangreta Ducala wishes it. But when my appointment is done, I will be on the first ship out, and I will sing from here to Salona. Well, why would you leave? Anything else? What do you have? As the valiant ambassador, my job is to ensure trade with the Direwood remains strong and profitable. Bye. Ooh, ah, ee, ah, ooh, ah, ah, ee, ah. Ooh, ah, ah, ee.
Where there's a pick, there's a way. I'll see it done.
You failed. Steve's mechanic. Who has good mechanics on here?
Hey.
We need to up someone's mechanics. Mechanics. How do you check? I forgot how to check mechanics. Oh, there it is. 3, 1, 2, 0, 0. Literally this guy. Steve, 3 wizard merchant. No. Well, shit. Shit on a brick. Alright, let's leave this bitch. Music died. Only ambient.
Adair, you have said you fought in the Saints' War, but for which side?
The one that blew up my god.
I didn't mean anything by it. I imagine a man with a head made of fire and light could be very convincing.
Funny thing about Dear Woodens. With all that fire and light, they just treated him like another authority figure.
Yep. Just demand to see the duck. The duck. We demand to see the duck. Bing, 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 bong, boom.
Gods keep you.
Sidley. The young woman wears a simple but well-tailored uniform. She watches the comings and goings around here with quiet attention. Any news to share, or are you just here to see the Ducal Palace? What's this? It's the seat of government here in Defiance Bay. This is where Duck Edmith Hedrick declared freedom from Adrian's rule some 150 years ago. She lowers her voice and grins. It's also a hotbed of regional politics. Trust me, the gossip here beats what you'll find in any tavern or brothel in the city. Ah, direwolf politics. It changes too quickly to be worth keeping up with. Better to strike up conversations in the tavern than try to loiter conspicuously in the palace. Looking for news? Who are you? I'm a page here at the palace. I deliver messages and run errands for the duck. The duck. And his advisors. The pay's not great, but I can't think of a better introduction to politics. What goes on in here? Where to start? We've got meetings, public hearings, and ceremonies. And that's just the stuff that happens out in the open. Oh. She leans in closer. This is where the duck and his key advisors work, so there's always someone bartering for a favor. Unfortunately, I'm not at liberty to talk about that side of things. Oh shit. But if you want the official version, she clears her throat. And gestures counterclockwise around the palace. We have a shrine devoted to Megran. Official records and chambers for public hearing and councils. Tell me about the shrine. It's a symbol of Megran's protection and defiance base. She represents the revolutionary spirit of Darwood ever since independence, and her involvement creating the God Hammer bond only affirmed her importance. She scratches her neck like a crackhead. That's also where the first of our secret fires burn, but Firega, the tranquil ardent, has had a trouble keeping them lit. What kind of records are you stored here? Mostly dull official stuff? Lol. Is there any hearing going on right now? Sure is. Duck Ever has been meeting with some of the city leaders for weeks now, trying to figure out how to address the legacy. The whole business is terribly secret, though. I tried to sit in the gallery during my lunch break one day and got turned away. She sniffs. But a lot of the talk concerns animacy, so there's good reason they're keeping the meeting behind a closed door. Legacy. Wade wins legacy. That's what a lot of people call the rash of Hollowburn. The theory goes that it's punishment for meddling in animacy. Oh shit. Why is it so controversial? Where to begin? Traditionalists think it's a crime against the gods. There's no question that poking around in the souls is risky. But the more progressive elements believe it's our only shot at restoring healthy births. And it doesn't help matters that animacy research often involves old Enwithian relics that were illegally looted from the ruins in Glanfath. She makes a quick twitching motion with her index and middle finger. I don't know what kind of motion that is, or what that even looks like. So she takes her two fingers and goes, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. What are Hollowborn? She raises an eyebrow. We really are fresh from the road, huh? Hollowborn are children born without souls. They often don't live very long. And those that do have generally received some kind of treatment from the Animancers. What do you think about animancy? Me, I think the real danger of animacy is confusing a real scholar with an espresso fake. We got a new case here every day. Some poor couple in the gift of Copper Lane who spent every copper they had on a miracle cure for their unborn child. It never works. She shakes her head and breaks her heart, but there's usually nothing we can do for them. I see. Anyway, the legacy is what politicians have all been whispering about lately. I'd like to ask about something else. I always got my ear to the ground. Tell me about the current Duck That would be Avar Wolfgren. Don't let the red title fool you, though. Our ducks have been elected since independence. Our ducks. Some find Duck Evier rather coarse. He's a frontier noble. Personally, I think a rough and tumble type is just what defines Bay needs. Goodbye. Yep. That's how my conversations go. Goodbye. Any loot? Justice here. Only people with official invitations are allowed to observe the Animancers hearing. What? Where's this go? Uh-oh. Uh-oh, spaghetti. Oh.
Well met, friend.
The woman's head is bowed as her lips move in prayer. Just as you approach, you catch her glimpsing at the statue near her. She notices you and forces a smile. Praise be to Megran, and welcome to her temple. How may I be of service? You seem upset. Her shoulders slump. This is about the fires, isn't it? She puts a hand on your shoulder. They're just symbols. You can't put your faith in them. What's this about? The sacred pyres all around town. You must have been seeing the statues of the goddess around the city, holding up empty braziers. I've kept them burning steadily for 15 years, but I haven't been able to conjure them for months now, and people need to see them more than ever these days. What does that mean? It's my devotions and prayers that keep them lit, but lately when I try to pray, all I can think about are the Hollowborn all over the city, the grieving families, the refugees. She shakes her head. How could Megran allow us to suffer like this? What strength do we gain from soulless children? Shrug. Well, I can't afford to be a nonchalant, but I believe Megran may be speaking to me again. She frowns and casts a quick glance in your direction. Oh, shit. Lately, I've been seeing visions, a place in the wilderness with pools filled with sunbursts of color, strange falls that seem to rise to the heavens even while they splash into the earth. She raises her hands as if framing an image of her vision. And behind the falls is a cave filled with fire and heat and danger, and some token of my goddess. I was gonna say gratitude, lol. I know there's something there, but where is it? Or how'd I get it there? She shakes her head. I've been meaning to ask around at the expedition hall to see if anyone recognizes the description. To be honest though, I don't know what I'd do even if I found the place. Tagani's painted brow furrows. An uncertain mission with no clear outcome. I can understand her confusion still. It seems odd that she would send us when the vision is clearly hers. I'd like to know about the temple here. Megran is the most revered god among us Drywoodians, so it's no surprise that her temple is part of the Dukan Palace. Her fires symbolize trials, a revolution, and the blazing of new paths, all of which are important to us. She gestures to the statue. This is the first of the sacred pyres. When this is lit, so are the rest around the city. Wow, that's cool. Something else? What's the significance? They symbolize Megran's power and guidance, and right now, the people of Divine Zemain need to be assured of her presence. By light and shit. She crosses her arm and stares at the statue, staring. Our neighbors in the Valerian Republic see us superstitious, but we just sensitive to the signs and warnings. Goodbye. Goodbye. We're just sensitive, bro. Goodbye. Goodbye. Virus vision. What? Unlocking this will require the proper key. Oh. Hello? Record keeper.
Hail and well met.
A taciturn man with graying hair pores over a tome he's just written from one of the shelves. He glances up at you with baggy eyes. Yes, is there something I can pull for you? I'm looking for a militia record for the time of the Saints' War, trying to find out what happened to someone. The man clears his throat. We've had a number of inquiries about such information. I'm afraid we have had to bar access to the public. Seems there's still quite a number of folks in Darwood who bear ill will towards Redicerians. It would be irresponsible to surrender their names to just anyone. Many come to settle here as refugees. Perhaps if you were more established in the Defiance Bay, things would be different. But I have no reason to suspect you to be any different from the others. You've come a long way, bro. I just need to find out about my brother. I don't even know what society fought for. You must understand, I have heard many such stories. I'm afraid there is nothing I can do for you. You son of a bitch. What? Who's got good stealth mode? Is survival? 4, 0, 4.
I'm here.
Quick save. E. Yum. Does that actually pick these up? Alright, I'm just gonna pick them up, see what happens. Oh! 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 Just kidding, let's load the save. Quick save. Oh! They caught me stealing, mate! Holy shit! Holy shit, mate! Alright, no stealing here. Shh. We didn't do shit, bro. Hey, the music. Bing. Ring. Let's go to the Hills of Heritage. Yum. 15 minutes. Damn, I dropped 100 frames? What? Enter the Tower of Heritage Hills. What?
How do you do?
How do I get inside? Trust me, you don't want to. The guard shrugs, but if you were really set on seeing this for yourself, I suppose you have to get permission from Whitelight to keep in first fires. Would some coin open the gate? Guard glances at each other. Look, we could get in a lot of trouble for this, but then it's not like you can make things worse in there. You hand us 1,000 pads and I'll open the gate and then look the other way. And don't bother trying to bargain us down. That money would make sure our families are okay if we're found out. Never mind. What's going on in there? They look at each other. Look, even if I were allowed to tell you, I don't rightly know. All I can say is it. Whatever it started about 2 months ago. The guards that closed the gate talked of something unnatural that still wakes them in the middle of the night. I don't want to know any more than that. Huh.
Huh?
Hmm. Well, shit. Shit. Dun dun. Dun dun.
Ah, the life of a traveler. So many ruins to uncover, places to see.
Indeed. Though after 5 years, I'll be ready for a break.
It is true. You have been at it far longer than I. Where will you go next, when you have all the world to choose from?
Home, of course.
Yep. Oh, game's paused. Is it already here? I think it was already here. Yeah, it was already here. Well, shit. Durgan's battery. Oh. Viagra has visions of a cave at a place with multicolored pools and a raging waterfall. She believes that something there would restore her faith, but she also believes that something else there would try to kill her. If I were to find this item for her, she might be able to resume her duty and resurrect the sacred fires of Defiance Bay. Viagra didn't know where to find the place she saw in her vision, but someone at the expedition hall might know. Expedition hall? What? Let's go to the hall, dog. The expedition hall. Ooh. Do 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 do. Catacombs, Hall of Revealed Mysteries, Dormitory. There's an expedition hall. Oh yeah, I could have done something else too. A trainer at the expedition hall in Copper Lane told me that the breastplate would be somewhere in the Crucible Keep in the first fires. He also mentioned that Penhelm, the keeper of the armory, was one of the officers who had him expelled and is unlikely to return to the heirloom willingly. Oh. I gotta go back to the Crucible Keep in the first fires. Do you know a place in the wilderness with the color of bulls and waterfall that rises? I know the place. I got a map locked up in one of those chests with the very spot marked. It's yours for 50 coppers. Yeah, here you go. You'll find it in the back room behind the Sonless shop. Hands you a key. Look on the map for the Syrian Falls. A fantastic place. The thermal springs alone. No worth no journey. Falls are short. And most of the water tends to steam. That's the rising you were talking about. Bye. Wow. Where? Huh? Huh? Huh. Do 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 do. Symbol of Brian Bay, more brightly, and vision of the cave. Huh.
Go see Osric. He's usually got something. You do well for him, maybe I can find you more.
Osric sent me to you. I was looking for an expedition. They're not just for anyone. We dozens help those like-minded indeed. How about you give Osric a hand first?
Yeah.
Well met, friend.
How long have you... No. Can I buy something? I'm afraid not. They only do business with me as long as I only do business with them. Aw. I gotta do some more shit. She leans on the countertop and drums her fingers. Oh, a few years I got in a minute. The last merchant cleared out. She nods towards the main area of the hall. There got a new expedition venturing out every week. So this is a great place to do business. 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 Great place for business. Dozens make loyal friends and loyal customers, so long as you stick by them. She taps the counter. Vendor who was here before me, they ran him out when he sold his best helms to a pair of Crucible Knights. Oh my god. I thought he told me to come back here and look. It's not. I'll go snort, mate. Let me see something real quick. Alt tab. Looking. 1 second. 1 second. We're 1 second here. Oh. Cool. Not as bad as I thought. Right, because there's not a lot of shit going on. Where we going? Alright, check the thingy. Let's go check the first fires. Bing bong bong. Bing bong bong. Bing bong bong. Bing bing bong. Ding ding dong. It'll take you 15 minutes. Was I here before? Yeah. Let's go to the palace. Wait. Over here. Crucible Keep. Crucible Keep. Whoa. Oh. I almost spilled my water all over my mouse. Oh, we've been like shit biscuits, dog. Eldmare?
Welcome.
Eldmare gives you an apprising eye. Judging by the scars on his face, he's lucky to be able to do that much. Every day we got more from the Hinterlands pouring into Defiance Bay. It keeps us busy on the watch. It does. You look like you recently arrived yourself. Who are you? Soldier of the Crucible Knights, and proud of it. I help keep everything running to keep so that the commander of Kelvier can focus on more important matters. Looking for something or just knocking the dirt off your boots? What goes on in Crucible Keep? This is the headquarters for the Crucible Knights, so it's where we store arms and armor, and as well as where many of our soldiers bunk. Tell me about the Crucible Knights. We're the defenders of the Defiance Bay. We're not exactly a formal knighthood, but don't tell Commander Cliver that. He grins. We were the first organized militia to oppose Adrian's rule. And today, we're the largest force in the city. Our soldiers undergo years of combat training, and our officers are required to have their souls read by that critter out in Dunrid Row. What's this about Dunrid Row? Just a requirement of the Crucible Knights, so the higher-ups know there's nothing messy built in your soul's past. Admir widens his stance. Wide. Keeping the ranks pure is fine by me. I just wish they were more careful in hiring their ciphers. What's wrong with their ciphers? He shifts his weight and glances at the empty halls. They're mostly Orlans. I'm sure they're talented enough, but you can't just trust them. hostility in their nature, and they've learned to hide it over the years. He frowns and crosses his arms. Grr. All I'm saying is they should at least be supervised by other folk. That's reasonable enough, isn't it? You're wrong. I'm just kidding. If people treated them better, you wouldn't have to worry about them being so hostile. He shrugs. I'm just speaking the truth. Nowadays, it seems that that's the biggest crime of all. That's all. Bitch. We discovered the Crucible Keep. The training room. Ooh. It's just here, glazes. Oh, this is my first time. And hello. Sorry, I was too focused on reading. I didn't see your message. The Jassier gaze flicks over to you briefly before returning to the Noviettes gathered in the training area. This is about the patrols. My Noviettes, how do you pronounce that? I don't know. Are already stretched to their limit between the refugee influx and the mess at Heritage Hill. I simply don't have any units to spare. After a pause, she looks over at you again. Sorry, was there something else you need? What's wrong with the hills? She lowers her voice. What isn't wrong is the real question. A whole district of walking, flesh-eating corpses. Oh, shit. We sealed the area 2 months ago, just after I lost one of my finest commanders there. And yet this is the second guard rotation to disappear. There are already enough rumors about the place floating around the keep without my soldier whispering about these disappearances. She shakes her head. I'm just as soon abandon the district, but if those monsters should find a way out, I could look into it. She steps back and regards you. After what I just told you, you want to go to the Heritage Hill? I've lost trained soldiers there. Why should I let anyone in? I don't know. If people are disappearing, someone's got to figure out what's happening to them. If you're so eager to rush to your death, I won't stop you. She quietly looks on at the Noviettes. And if you're somehow able to put a stop to this, you've got my permission to enter the hills. I'll send word to the guards at the gate. Tell me about them. Used to be one of the most prestigious districts in Defiance Bay, but a few months ago, the residents all went mad with power. Just kidding. They're not. Started eating each other. Delicious. And anything else that had the bad luck to wander into the district. I've never seen anything like it. Ah. Everyone that stands against guard, Noviettes that stand guard there, everyone that comes back anyway, talks to the stench of the grave and the groans of unspeakable horrors. Horrors? Horrors? He holds up one plaid-clad finger. Oh my god. The way and the how are questions for the Animancers. I've sealed the district in hopes of containing whatever happened there. It seems to be working for now. Oh shit. What do you do here? I'm in charge of the keep's Noviettes. I'm responsible for their training and patrol assignments. She nods at the group gathered in the training room. They're good soldiers, and they've been quick to adapt to new challenges. Bye. What do you do here? Okay, bye. Haha. I don't care. Teehee. Is this stealing? Ooh. Curran, a cipher duly appointed and employed by Dunroyd Rowe, does hereby certify that Noviate A.M. Penhelm has been found to have a soul free of any subversive influences or tainted essence. The scroll is stamped with a seal of Dunroyd Rowe and signed by... Ah. Interesting. Okay. Ooh, the forge. What can I do at the forge? Can I forge things? Dunstan?
This is about the breastplates. I already told Cleaver they won't be repaired till next week.
What do you do here?
I'm a forge master. I'm a master smith for the Crucible Knights. But the way I see it, I'm also keeping up with our old traditions. The first members of our order were smiths. Nowadays, most everyone's a professional soldier. I suppose it's to be expected, but I think it's important we keep up with our roots, too.
Tell me about the Knights.
We were all smiths back in Hodrick's day, though I'm about the only one here who still gets his hands dirty. We're a fearsome fighting force, though these days I think Cleaver takes more pride in our parade formations.
Cleaver. He thinks himself a progressive man, but he's obsessed with his soul lineages and connection to the Direwoods heroes of old. Other than Darnwood Rowe, who really knows how about any of that, though. Goodbye. Hissing with smoke as hot as a dragon's breath. Oh. Bing. Ring. Can I do anything here? No. I could steal.
Keeping an eye out.
Camping supplies. Hee. Didn't catch me. Oh, it's Panhelm. Hey, buddy.
Hail and well met.
Young Noviesh armor is recently shined and his hair is clean and neatly combed. It's hard to believe he's ever seen battle. Or that the scarred antique breastplate he wears could possibly be his. Are you looking for something? Does the name Ostric sound familiar? He sniffs. If you got any self-respect, you won't associate with him. Or with any of his new friends at the expedition hall, for that matter. Scamps and delinquents, the lot of them. What's the story between you two, huh? Ostric has always had some controversial opinions. They went overlooked for the longest time because his family had such an extensive history of service in the Crucible Knights. He frowns and crosses his arms. Oh shit. Arms crossed, angry face. He finally went too far. He had the gall to suggest that we said strayed too far from our roots. That some of our offices were beginning to resemble Adrian's nobility. He rubs a spot of his bracers with a silk handkerchief. Wow. Pull himself. Like, I'm so fancy. He would have us all wear rust spun and fight with forge hammers and merely reported his statements. I merely reported his statements. If the Knights obsessed over their past, they wouldn't have grown into the fighting force they are today. He nods. I agree quite, and that's why Ostric has no place here. He says your affidavit is a forgery. Just what he would know about that. It's perfectly convenient for him to cast aspirations. Aspirations? Yeah. What were his pedigree and what? He folds his arm. Blinks at you. One eye at a time. It's a lie, of course. Is that his breastplate you're wearing, huh? It was. He looks down and admires it. It became property of the Crucible Knights when he was discharged. Now it's mine. Lol. And it's not for sale. If that's what you're wondering, not every day you find armor that was used in the rebellion. Wow. Tell me about the Knights. We're the primary defenders of Device Bay. The Order's founders were the first to rally the Darwardians' independence. He waves his hand, like an idiot. Of course, that's ancient history now. Now we're just the most prestigious company of soldiers in Darwood. It's a glorious line of work. He scrunches up his nose like a dumbass. You can forget about the barracks, that's it. This is how I talk? How does someone become a knight? We don't just take anyone, eh? All members share a soul legacy with the very men and women who defended this land a century and a half ago. He shifts his weight and coughs. Anyway, Commander Claver is responsible for initiation, but he rarely accepts foreigners. Goodbye. What? So how am I supposed to get his armor, yo? Who's Curran? Curran? Curran over here? I found his affidavit at the Crucible Keep. Now I gotta talk to Curran. Curran? You're not Curran. Just some bitch. Curran. Yeah. Okay, there's no. Is he around here? Hey, they finished something. Let's see. Towers. Purchase. Merchant stalls. Bright Hollow Courtyard Pool. Oh. Shrine of Abaddon. Daily affirmations of focus and efficacy. Efficacy. Symbol of Abaddon, a colossal smithing hammer imposed over circular gear. Oh. I don't know what that means.
We just don't have the manpower.
Hey, Cliver.
Refugees from every corner of the Deerwood. The dozens getting them all riled up about animancy. At this rate, we'll need twice the soldiers to patrol Defiance Bay. Yes? Can I help you with something?
Dude. He said animancy, but like when he started to say it, the first thing that came to mind was anime. He's talking about anime. Why don't you have enough soldiers?
Fleetbreaker Castle. The High Justice has summoned almost half of my novitiates and more of my justiciars to a keep on the other side of New Hailmar. It's not for me to question the High Justice's orders, but it's left us short-handed. And mark me, we're just a couple sparks away from anarchy.
Is there any way I can help? I know how to handle myself. Always refreshing to meet someone who would rather fix a problem than complain about it. Forge Master Dunstan is working with the Animancy Scholar to build what we're calling Forge Knights. Warriors that can patrol our streets without suffering fatigue, disobedience, or fear. Some agitators throw a rock at them and we don't have to worry about things getting out of hand. He constructed the armor, but we need the scholar's research. Unfortunately, she hasn't been around the last few times my novitiates have checked. Viviana lives with the rest of the Scriveners out in Copperlane, but I haven't the soldiers to spare at the moment. Go to the Scriveners' dormitory and see if you can find her. When you get the research, just bring it to Dunstan. This is his area of expertise anyway. Once you've brought him the research, he can sell you any arms or armor if you need. He forges and repairs all our equipment, and you won't find a more capable smith in Defiance Bay. Was there anything else I can do for you? Are you in charge? Here in Defiance Bay, anyhow, the High Justice is the leader of our order, but he's currently stationed at Fleetbreaker Castle. My job is to oversee our forces at Defiance Bay and keep order for the Duck. Tell me about the Knights. He crosses his arms behind his back. We're the only professional army in Defiance Bay, or in the Dyewood, for that matter. We defeated the city in Hadrix a day. We improved our training since then. But Darwood, Dunred Row, I think that's how I say it. Can certify that many of our officers come from good Darwoodian fighting stock. My bad. Yeah. Now we're responsible for patrolling the city and keeping the peace. I almost sound like I'm Obama. With so many refugees pouring in from the countryside, that's become more important than ever. Unfortunately, that's earned us enemies, particularly among the dozens. Some of the more enterprising families in Defiance Bay. What does a dozen have against you? Huh. How do you pronounce that? Demagogues? I have no idea. They're troublemakers. They fought. They forget that Defiance Bay is one of the largest cities in the world and not some frontier outpost. Most of them are mercenaries on a good day, and street thugs the rest of the time. Needless to say, they ain't no patience with the law and order. Tell me about these enterprising families. How's Toenail, namely, they're one of the city's oldest noble families, and its largest criminal organization. Their patriarch, Kedmar, has been trying to take advantage of the turmoil to expand his operations. We kept on top of him, and he hasn't been too happy about that. I see. Was there something else I could do for you? Goodbye. This is how I talk. Alright. Check the things. My fellow American. Is there anything else here? I think I'd just leave. Got another quest to do. Augie Woggy. Bring Penhelm's affidavit to Curran. Curran, the cipher who signed off of his affidavit, works at Hadred's house in Brackberry. Okay. To Brackenberry. Let me see something. Yeah. Right. There we go. Where? Ooh. Okay.
How's the hand?
Turning purple. I have to cut it off.
I have to cut it off.
You fought for the Deerwood in the Saints' War?
We better grab a couple pints before you get me going on that one.
No complaints here.
Interium. Let's go there. See what we get do here. Who's this?
Well met, friend.
Woman stands in the shade of the garden, muttering to herself. She's fixated on the pages of a large, well-worn tome, seemingly oblivious to the blooming flowers and the cool, fragrant breeze. She only looks up when your shadow crosses her page. Do you mind? I'm rather busy. What are you so busy with? She snaps her book shut. I'm studying soul attachment. We all know that souls move into people at birth and out of them at death. But we still have a lot of questions about what makes them stick, so to speak. What do you mean about them making them stick? She brushes a stray lock from her forehead. Souls power bodies and give their tissues life, but only when they're firmly attached. It's separation that leads to a whole spate of soul-related ailments, including the Hollowborn. But if we understand how to reattach soul, we can end Waiden's legacy and maybe even conquer death. That sounds cool. She scratches behind her ear. That's the theory anyway. Unfortunately, I don't have any of the research I need to put into practice. What exactly do you need? There's a manuscript called The Theories of Pangram. It contains research from Pangram's experiments on detached souls. The Hall of Revealed Mysteries is rumored to have a copy in the Elder's archives. Pangram's works is considered to be one of the more daring animacy texts. Not something generally circulated among novices. Nor easy to get a hold of. I wonder if we might have a peek at it. Ethereum theorems would advance my research by leaps and bounds, but Grimda, the High Archivist, worships well, which means she has some paradoxical views on sharing and restricting knowledge. Since she's not exactly a proponent of animacy, she tends to restrict the kinds of information that would be useful to me. That's a shame. Anyway, I should probably get back to my work. Tell me about yourself. I'm an animator at the sanitarium, and currently I'm researching matters related to Wayne's legacy. Anything else? She's eager to return to her studies. What's the legacy? Wayne's legacy refers to the rise in hollow-born children in Darwood. In recent years, some has connected it to so-called biowax that blow through Glanfath. There's hardly any reliable data on those, though, so I can't really comment. She sniffs loudly. Oh, I don't know much care for the term Wayne's legacy. It reeks of superstition, but it's too prevalent to change at this point. Personally, I like to see people take a more methodical approach to these matters, rather than throwing up their hands and blaming the gods. I don't think Darwinians would see too much fun in that. I have some questions about theory and pangram, such as what? Tell me about the pangram was an animancer working in the Darwood. He had some interesting theories about essence and some rather innovative techniques for studying it. He was able to reattach souls to body after death, although he was able to prevent his patients from degenerating. He was controversial, so to say the least, but many are stating to realize that he was merely ahead of his time. What do you mean by degenerating? Going bad? Well, there seems to be a tiny problem with reattaching souls after death. The body will reanimate and may even retain memories and personality, but they develop a hunger for flesh, living soul-infused flesh. Oh, that's what happened to the people over there. Probably someone did the thing. Without it, they start to devolve, decaying mentally and physically. If the process goes too far, which eventually does, they become mindless corpses attacking anything that moves. We haven't figured out a way to avoid that. That is more than an inconvenient side effect. You reproduce an unnatural curse with little to show for it. That sounds like necromancy. Nonsense! Necromancy is magic. This is science. She emphasizes the last word. This is science! Why doesn't Grimda lend you the books? The Hall of Revealed Mysteries is rather protective of its books, especially the rare ones. Grimda in particular, she hates animacy. Think it's dangerous. I don't see how you can run the greatest library in Darwood and be advised to the spread of knowledge and research, but I've never understood these religious types. Oh. I'd like to know about the Hall of Revealed Mysteries. You'll find it in the Copper Lane district. It's dedicated to the gods and secrets. Yep. You simply must go see it, right? What are the Elder Archives? The Elder Archives hold the rarest, most arcane, and most powerful texts in the Darwood. What? How could words be so powerful? Think of it as the inner sanctum of the Hall of Revealed Mysteries. Needless to say, you need Grimda's permission to enter. Okay. Oh, shit. Oh, shit and fard. Who the hell's Verna? As you knew, you feel vibrant history contained in the essence of this woman's soul. Voices from the past seem to call you. Since the strange divide in this woman's soul and an unnatural boundary between two opposed wills, you see the woman pausing by the roadside to hand something to the driver that stopped to awaken. These herbs should help with the party sickness, she tells him, but he can find more along the side. Easy to spot with their serrated leaves, but avoid the ones with the green berries. It's a different species. Toxic, he thinks her an officer calling, but she waves him off, explaining that she is merely doing what he order ask of her. He nods and she heads off down the road as he begins to hungrily consume the herb. You see the woman searching alongside the road now, the wagon just up the path, and you realize you have skipped backwards in her memory. Oh my god. She sets eyes on the plant with serrated leaves and green berries. She picks several handfuls and tearing the berries off one by one and tossing them into the ground. She nudges them off the path into the brush quickly with her boot without looking down, as if to hide them from her own sight before striding back towards the wagon, hands outstretched. What's that mean? I don't know what that means. The most unfortunate tale. My book now. Hee hee. Hee hee. Hee hee. A well-maintained statue of a middle-aged man presides over the room, looking down unblinkingly over the bustle of harried academics pestered by the hopeful desperate. Strong warmth emanates from it that you could sense from across the room. There is a human soul stored beneath the stonework. You feel its attention towards you. It has been some time since a watcher graced these halls. His voice echoes deeply, rumbling the floor beneath you. I am envious of your natural insight, traveler. I can only imagine how it might have helped my work in life. Now, what is it that has brought you to my sanitarium? You may have a member of the leading key in your midst. Oh no, I could have done without hearing that today. Many have their intrusions been into our affairs, of course. One can seldom be certain whether they meddle or whether calamity is struck on its own, but a few of their less skilled infiltrators have been exposed from time to time. They are a perpetual nuisance. Oh, once again, I'm reminded of how envious I am of your gifts. I suspect they would be of some use in verifying one's identity. You're at odds with the leading key as well, I take it. Yeah, it's something I need. I hope it isn't knowledge you seek. They are seldom key to a plot with it. Do you have some idea who this person might be? I suspect it's a patient. Very well, in that case, I would recommend you speak first with the resident Animancers. They have frequent interactions with both patients and colleagues. You'll find them up here or in their offices downstairs. You will report anything suspicious to me immediately. This is my only request. I'm curious on how you come to be in your present state. In the statue, you mean? Well, ha 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 ha. I was old, and it seemed wrong to me, a lifetime spent in pursuit of discovery, only to lose it all in death. Somewhere, someday, I would wake up in a new body, none the wiser, and pursue a different course entirely. All that experience wasted. If we are ever to unearth the principles behind our existence, it would be in spite of our conditions. Of that I am quite sure. To live on as part of something I have built seemed to me a better legacy than that nature had in store. The transfer itself was quite simple as our techniques go, and for that I am grateful. Playing with souls is far easier to accept when they are not your own. Oh. I do miss being able to take an active role in the scholarly efforts here. Now and again, one of our Animancers will humor me and consult over some problem, but they are a jealous breed and are too often afraid to collaborate. If you are considering it yourself, I can tell you that it isn't for the easily bored. Yeah. Being a statue for, like, probably the end of times. Fun. Tell me about the Centurion. History lesson. This is a rare pleasure. Most come in here only concerned with cheating death in one way or another. Ah. We're an old institution as Direwolf goes. This is our 94th year. As with many cities, the growth of Defiance Bay brought with it a host of problems. One of the worst was that those born with, shall we say, ill-favored souls came to populate its streets. Streets? What the hell's a street? In droves, thus the sanitarium. Brackenberry was a natural fit. It was growing, but there was also a lot of money here back then. This place owes its survival to the curiosity of the wealthy more than anything, I think. Our founding came at a time of great suspicion in Animancers, much like today. So much progress has been lost to the mishaps of a few careless practitioners. But in time it was forgotten, as all things are. Since then we have been at the forefront of Animancers' resurgence. We have played host to many gifted researchers and pushed the boundaries of our knowledge in ways never thought possible. Some of the first safe transferences were done here, and we have pioneered work in soul purification, lineage analysis, preservation. It really is quite a list, if you'll pardon my pride. Today, I just realized my voice just changed throughout the whole damn dialogue I'm reading, but whatever. Well, I can't say it's exactly the same. There's been some push to shut us down. It comes from Darwood's most excitable denizens, those whose minds are more passionate than thoughtful, I'm afraid. People see this legacy, and they see it involves something they don't want to understand, so it's natural for them to suspect people whose understanding exceeds theirs. It looks to them like we're hiding something. We have a representative in the palace this very moment, defending the entire science of animancy at a hearing before the duck. I really like ducks. Absurd as it sounds, if it does not go well, as it would be the end of animancy in Dalwood. I fear Evia may be swayed by all this irrational thought, though it might be, we shall see. Goodbye. Question Animancers about suspicious activities. No. Speak with head warden. Mine. Oh shit! I burped in the library. This man's soul was torn asunder by a biowack. I'll biowack you. Biowacking. What's up with this sanitarium being all eerie music and shit? I thought it was like a library. Hello, anyone in this room? Modred? In a corner of Modred's lab rests a large weathered trunk. It seems likely to contain something important, if only by virtue of its size. Examine closely. Nothing grabs your attention except for the large padlock on the front. Whatever this animator keeps in here, he does not want anyone else to have or see. An Animancer scribbles furiously on a parchment scroll while his free hand dances through the air, counting off unseen objects. His lips move in silent discourse. As your shadow falls over his scroll, he looks up at you with mingled perplexity and irritation.
Hello?
Can I help you? He forces a polite smile. Has anything unusual happened around here? You must be joking. This is a sanitarium. Nothing is usual down here. He pauses. Although now that I think of it, the patients seem more agitated lately, but they're Caedmon's Azo's responsibility, not mine. He nods, taking a breath. Then if there's nothing else, what are you working on? My area of focus is witched. More specifically, how to cure them. What's a witched? A Hollowborn who received a transplanted animal soul during infancy, one of the Animancy's early efforts to cure the legacy, if not a successful one. He removes his spectacles and wipes his brow. They show signs of developmental abnormalities. Wow. I couldn't read that. Throughout their childhood, but when they reach adolescence, they become aggressive, feral, but still victims in need of care. Transplanting animal souls into children sounds a little odd, huh? We, Animancers, we're trying to do something about the crisis, better than letting it swallow a generation of children. He stares at a fixed point on the far wall, and despite the controversy, it only went so far because at first it seemed to work. People called it the salvation. Children that had never been responsive to any kind of stimuli suddenly seemed aware of their surroundings, of their families. He takes a slow breath. The complications don't begin until puberty, but that's when the incompatibilities between body and soul take shape. Children become violent, ravenous, but we pay dearly for a mistake, I promise you. Angry mobs hunted down Animancers and burned down their homes, with them still inside, and often as not. People took to calling it the cruel salvation, and many still loathe us for it, but we wanted to stop the legacy as much as anyone. The public begged for our help, and we did the best we could. I still don't know if that absolves us. Why do you study which what kind of question is that? Just think of all the families that could be healed, the lives that could be restored. What could be more important? His face has reddened, and he turns away from you for a moment. He shakes his head. Intimacy is the answer here. I know it. It's simply a matter of working it out. I see. Good. He's eager to return to his work. Just looking around. And be quick about it. Don't touch anything. The sanitarium has a lax visitor policy, but I don't. With another word, he resumes his work. Quick save. We're gonna sneak over here. Open the trunk. A heavy lock holds the trunk shut. It's too sturdy to break, and the mechanism look too complicated to pick. You'll need to find the key. Damn it.
Yeah.
Can I host Hello? Belsage? Belisig. Who? Woman paces back and forth, her feet crunching on the soft red carpet. She gestures and mumbles to herself, shaking her head as she pores over pages of notes. She almost walks into you. Ecosi, here I am, looking so hard for answers in my research that I did not see the kith standing in front of me. What can I do? What can I do? What can I do? Have you noticed anything unusual? It is rare for me to notice things that do not relate to my work, even when they are in front of me. Ti rentieri amico, but I am not the best choice to help with that. Something else you need? What do you do here? According to my research grant, I study awakening. Subliminating pre-awakened souls has been one of my Animancers' greatest successes. I am working on a method to replicate the process of awakened soul. She nods at her lip. That's what it says on my paper, but technically I do something else, lol. But the truth is that I find few suitable subjects here. Wade Wynn's legacy has left plenty of awakened souls. Oh, but most are too broken for study. She sighs. I fear I will return to Revua with nothing to show for my efforts. I'm awakened. I've been recalling flashes of a past life. She scratches her chin. Most interesting, but not the kind of awakening I could study. I'm afraid I need someone whose awakened soul can be triggered with predictable stimuli. Souls such as these tend to manifest as alternate personas in the host. She gives you a broad, if strained smile, but I thank you for your offer. Oh, shit. I'd like to know more about the Animacy of the Valiant Republics. It's a dynamic and respected field. Even the Ballreach incident did little to slow it. She shrugs. People in the Republics are more accepting a risk, less superstitious, ready to try anything that shows promise. It's a shame that's it's a shame that so many here are so hostile towards animancy. It is, but such is the way of the Darwood. The people here are fierce about their sovereignty, but they are not so independent from their Adrian's brothers and their Glandfathen. Yeah, that's it. As you would like to think, they rely too much on the mysterious workings of the god and fear the very advances they need. Goodbye. It's Ripley.
Greetings.
I thought I talked to her before. Think so. Unless there's someone. A young Orlando woman traces her fingers along the spines of the book in front of you. Row by row. Her emotions quick and skittish. Like a bird, she does not notice you until you are nearly upon her. Oh my, you startled me. Are you supposed to be in here? I'm investigating suspicious activity. Oh, I'm just a Master's Azo's assistant. He'd know more about that, but he's in the middle of an busy with some patients. You wouldn't be able to see him until he comes out from the patient ward. If there's nothing else, I need to get back to work. Is Azo busy with patients, or is he running sort of experiment? I'm just an assistant. I'm not. I'm not my place to gossip. I'm sorry. How do I get in the patient ward? Only Master Azos has access. I guess Head Warden Ethelmore does too, but he's, a statue. What do you do here? I mostly help Master Azo set up and clean his equipment. I also keep his office organized since he's too busy to do it himself. Ah. Note from Azo. Ripley, I require more copper tubing for my next experiment. Do not requisition it from the sanitarium stores. I don't have the time to deal with the head warden's inevitable questions. Oh, shit. What the fuck?
Where there's a pick, there's a way.
The hell was that? My game just like all tabbed out. That was weird. Edges of the cage are dented and scored with claw marks. Oh. Scoring this. The food items cannot be used in combat. Come back. You gotta talk to the statue Chan.
Welcome.
Have you learned anything of interest? Maybe. Is Kidman Izzo running experiments on the patients here? Experiments? Kidman Izzo is in charge of patients' welfare now. He's not authorized to run any more experiments. I'm disappointed in Kidman. I had hoped he would be the one to guide your inquiry. You'll be in his office or in the patient's ward. I'm granted you immediate access so you can find him. No doubt you will wish to speak with him further on this matter, and I, for one, am curious as to what he might have to say. Tread carefully in the wards. There are a few dangerous cases. I would ask also that you do your best not to agitate the patients. They have enough trouble as it is. Oh, shit. We're going in, Billy. Shit and fart, man. Do I talk to her now? Or do I just talk to the guards? Oh. Never mind. Quick save. Going in. Flesh construct. Curved spine twists this woman's posture forward. Her greasy hair draped over her large eyes like vines. She smiles at you. You must be visiting someone. Then, noting your appearance, she adds, a friendly visit, I hope. What do you know about this Animancer Azo? Oh, I like him very much. Many Animancers could care less about their patients, look at us like vermin for their experiments, but Master Azo treats us like humans, even the very sick. You could tell he does this to help people. He helped me understand a great deal about myself, and I know he's done the same for others. It's too bad that what they did to him. He hides it well, but I know he's still affected by it. What happened? Frail's eyes dart back and forth, and her voice lowers to just a whisper. They don't like to talk about it, but there was an accident. He was said to be one of the brightest in Direwwood. That was his reputation here, and that was what brought me to seek treatment. Oh shit. People say it was ego that drove him to try and solve the legacy, but that's hogwash. Even if he was a bit of a showman, he loves his homeland. He thought he could help. He wasn't one of those to speak of his work. I suspected his colleagues might have tried to steal it, but he told me once that he had figured out a way to create a soul. Not a soul exactly, mind you. How did he put it? A proxy, I think he called it. That's a machine that drew energy out of the very ether. Can you imagine? Oh shit, the pillars of eternity. Oh my god. The point is, it was going to help with the legacy. It was going to make Hollowborn into something easier to love and care for. Gods know that's something we need. Do you know what they call those empty little babies in Andro's gift? No, tell me. They call them... Wait. How do you pronounce this again? Guios? I don't know. I like it's like in the back of my head. Buyo. I know it's right here, but I just can't. How the fuck do you? Hold on. I'm gonna have to look this up because I'm like being dumb or something. Boyus, boy, old boys, buoys. Yeah, I'm an idiot. I don't know how to. They call them buoys because so many of them are found floating face down in the water. These are mad times. What? Buoys. Anyway, Master Azo has scheduled a public demonstration of his work in the Copperland. He was so excited. And then the next day, he was locked in his office, turning away visitors, I heard, and he stopped seeing patients. I don't know exactly what happened. I don't have the heart to ask him, but I'm glad they're letting him treat people again. Oh, do you know where I might find Azo? I think I've seen him around today. Have you checked the laboratory? Shares a wall with his office. He's been spending most of his time there lately. Have any of the patients here been acting unusually? Well, there's Batrix Batixia, who relives a murder she committed more than 5 lifetimes ago. Idleman, who they say only has half a soul, who has found collecting the faces of others because he believed his own to be a false one. Oh, Graham, he speaks in a language no one understands and wails at night sometimes. Oh. Different from their normal behavior, I mean? Well, yes, I suppose, but nothing they didn't volunteer for. Oh. Master Azo let us know that a number of patients in the North Ward have volunteered for a new therapy and would be escorted to his laboratory to receive treatment. The North Ward has our most troubled cases. I'm glad some of them have chosen to get help. It seems to me it's gotten quieter over there since it started. Oh, it's Graham. I see them taking in the most. He struggles, but he's always was a bit of a wild one. Would I be able to visit the North Ward? They like to keep them separate. I don't know that I've ever seen the guards allow a visitor, just Master Azo. Might ask him. He's very sympathetic. Why are you in here? Behind her hair, her cheeks flush. I don't want to say you'll think less of me. I'm listening. These last few years haven't been kind to me. They haven't been kind to anyone, really. I try not to think of it as personal. I lost my husband and both boys in the Saints' War. My daughter, the legacy took her before she was ever mine. I made do. What else can you do? Oh. I moved into a tiny place in Andra's gift, got my mending clothes and on the kindness of strangers when I had to, but I was surviving and the gods were watching over me. I could live with that. Then one day, this noblewoman came in. Wants this fancy gown fixed, gorgeous thing, this shade of blue I'd never seen before. Only I looked at it and it reminded me of something. I had what they called an awakening. I just did a bunch of drugs. Oh. I remember being a noblewoman myself in another life. People doting over me, men doting over me, the best food, the most beautiful home, all the things you've ever never dared to dream of. They were mine. It was poison knowing all that. All those things I've had that I'll never have in this life, it did something to me. My food started to taste rotten. The walls in my little room seemed to close in around me. I stopped being able to sleep in my own bed. So I came here. It was that or break into his estate and start ordering servants around. It seems like such a silly thing to worry about. You don't have to tell me, but I can't get past it. And I start to wonder, did the gods choose this life for me? And if so, what terrible thing must I have done to deserve it? Maybe you get there one day. If it's not in this life, then in another. Strange part of it is I think even the best wouldn't be good enough for me anymore. I think it must have gotten to the point where when I was that noble lady. Goodbye. Bye. How many patients? Quick save. Hey Azo. Round-faced, baldy man turns to face you. His upper lip is pulled upwards slightly by his pointed nose, exposing his upper teeth when he scowls.
What is the meaning of this?
Athamar told me you're not supposed to be doing any more experiments. Yes, well, Athamar hasn't done much good for anybody since he had his soul moved into an inanimate object, so I fail to see why I should let that sway me. If Animancers all followed the commands of their leaders, where would we be? Would all be as backwards and unwillfully ignorant as Ridsiras? We would know nothing about life or death, or even ourselves. We would be lost in the dark with no clue as to why. Our leaders guide us, and without them we risk losing our way. If this man would strike off on his own, then let him fend for himself. Without the benefit of the sanitarium. You toy with things beyond our comprehension, dangerous and foolish.
Are you from Ridsiras? Are you Widewin himself, risen to smite me for my heretical belief in learning who I am and why I exist?
Yes.
Please. You are afraid because men have taught you to be afraid. Because they were taught to be afraid. These things are only beyond our comprehension because of the fears of people like you. Who will solve Widewin's legacy? Some church? Some warrior? It will be an Animancer, or it will be no one at all.
Okay. Have you tried your experiments on any other subjects? I have, yes. No point in lying about it. Now that Ethelmer is involved, I asked for volunteers from our patients, and a few brave souls came forward. I was very close at one time to a breakthrough. They understood that. They understood their sacrifices would mean something. I heard you were demoted. How did that happen? Azo's nostrils flare as he bares his upper teeth more broadly. That's none of your concern. Then one of the others put you up to this? Oddmere, that smug weasel? Things went wrong. Everything. I don't know how. I'll never know. He spits on the floor as if to remove a bitter taste from his mouth. I'd like access to the North Ward. Out of the question. Those patients are in isolation for a reason. So you can coerce them into your experiments? Farrell told me everything. Actually, I'll say this one. I've been given permission to conduct my investigation down here. You best cooperate.
My answer is no. Whatever you're looking for, those patients will not be able to help you. The head warden will stand by me on this.
You bitch. Something churns and bubbles in this tank.
What is it now?
Fenrir told me everything.
She's a patient. That blazing woman knows nothing of the nature of my experiments.
He balls up his fist and digs his teeth into his index finger. A growl is simmering beneath his breath and deep scowl compressing his face.
Fine. Speak to them for all the good it'll do you. I'm sure the discussions will be fascinating.
Fascinating. Very well. Oh shit, and Bard. Fascinating. Yeah, we'll do that next time. I'm on. So I'm gonna save and call it quits. So yeah. Oh yeah, I gotta figure out my buttons on my keyboard again. Oh yeah, that'll be it for now. Bye-bye.